All right, so second demo of the day. Sorry if my voice a little bit, well, if I don't speak properly. I'm a little bit tired now from so much talking, but I'll do my best to explain you how to get started with Selenium. And once again, just as a disclaimer, this is going to be just for a very basic, one of the very basic steps that you are going to take in order to get started with Selenium. We are only going to install Selenium. We are going to install Chrome in case you don't have it. And we are going to install Chromedriver. And Chromedriver will be, as the name suggests, the driver that Python will use to scrape data from different websites. If you, for some reason, want to use a different browser, that's also possible. That if you have, for example, Firefox, instead of Chromedriver, you can use Geckodriver. But Chromedriver is usually the one that everyone's using. So I'll just explain how to do that. If you take a look at the notebooks, you can also take a look. You can also see how to download Geckodriver, how to make it work. But in this demo, I'm just going to go with Chromedriver. So let me share the screen. Cool. This is the same application as earlier. And the first thing that I'm going to do is open Chrome. If you don't have it, well, you can always download it from a different browser. But if you use Chromedriver, Chrome has to be installed. Otherwise, Chromedriver will not know how to browse. It basically won't find the browser that you are trying to use, which is Chrome. Okay, so now that we are on Chrome, I'm gonna take a look at the settings here, and we want to take a look at the version of Chrome. In this case, we are using version 97.0.46, blah blah blah. The only thing that you need to take into account is these first two numbers, so 97. Okay, and the second thing that you are going to install will be Chromedriver. And if you Google that, you can just go to the first page, and we are going to look for the version that has the same version for Chromedriver as the one that we have in Google Chrome. So as I said earlier, 97. I'm going to download. Well, let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to download Chromedriver 97. And here you will see different operating systems. I'm going to download Linux, but in your case, just download the one that you are going to use. Good thing is that even if you have a Mac M1, in this case, you are not going to encounter so many troubles. But yeah, once again, don't forget about using the correct version of Chromedriver. You can always check that here. So I'm going to download this Chromedriver Linux. And well, I'm just gonna open it. And I'm going to extract this into desktop. Extract. Show the files. Cool. So Chromedriver is already there. And we are going to use Chromedriver to use Selenium. So as always, if you are starting a new project, just make sure that you are creating a new virtual environment. So I'm gonna do that by, as always, conda create name. I'm gonna call it Selenium demo. Yes. And conda activate, Selenium demo, and conda install pip. So obviously, if we are going to use Selenium, we need to install Selenium. So let's do that by saying pip install Selenium, and that's it. You're ready to go. You can start using Selenium now. Before I move on, I'm going to also install pip install ipykernel, so I can use this environment with a notebook. So I'm going to close VS Code and open that back now. Well, as soon as this is as soon as this is installed, I'm just going to do that. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to open this. I'm going to add a new folder to my workspace. And in this case, I prepare just an empty folder called Selenium demo. Yeah, you can see that it's completely empty. So I'm going to create a new file that is going to be a notebook, just to show you some commands that you can use to get started with Selenium. So I'm going to call it Selenium again demo IPYMB, and I'm going to select the virtual environment that I just created. So Selenium demo. Everything is called like that. So just let's check that Selenium has been installed properly. If I import Selenium, no problem at all. Okay, but when we want to use Selenium, we are going to use something that we call Webdriver, and that Webdriver will need to find the Chromedriver that we have just downloaded, and it will use that executable file in order to open Chrome and browse different websites. So in order to create a WebDriver, you can go with, from Selenium, from Selenium.WebDriver import, and here you will have different options. You can use Chrome, you can use Firefox, you can use Edge, up to you. As I said, I'm going to use Chrome, and yeah, as I said earlier, I just want to highlight this. I just want to stress this a lot. If you use Chrome, you need Chromedriver. If you use Firefox, you need Gecko driver. If you use Edge, you need, I think it was called Edge driver or something like that. But you will have to use the corresponding driver. Well, you will have to use the driver corresponding to the right browser. In this case, I'm using Chrome, so I will use Chromedriver. Cool. Okay, so let me move Chromedriver into my Selenium demo folder. So Chromedriver will be inside Selenium demo. And yeah, here it is. Here it is. So when we want to define a new driver, and please pay attention here because this is one of the main issues that we find everyone having. So we need to define where to find Chromedriver. In this case, Chromedriver is in the same directory as Selenium demo. So we can just say Chromedriver, and that's it. We don't need anything else. Okay, oops, I think I wrote it. Chromedriver. Oh, maybe I forgot that. Cool, sorry. Forget about that. And now it will just automatically open Chrome just for me. But I don't want it. I'm just going to close this. So yeah, that's basically how to get started with Chrome, with Selenium and Chromedriver. Let's just test it because otherwise it doesn't look very, very fancy. So I'm going to say to get to Google. If I run that, you will automatically go to Google. Okay, I'm going to stop this, or you can define any website that you want. For example, python.org, and it will automatically go to Python. Okay, that's looks like it's working fine now. Okay, but one of the main issues that we are also having is that this Chromedriver, this executable file, will not be always available anywhere we run this. For example, if I move this out of this folder, so let's go here, and I'm going to open this. I'm going to move Chromedriver out of this folder. Just move that to desktop. If I try to run this now, Chromedriver is not found, basically because it doesn't know where to find Chromedriver. And If I leave that open, same thing. It can't find Chromedriver. But there's one thing that you can do just to make sure that every time you run you run Webdriver Chrome, it will find Chromedriver regardless of your path. So I'm gonna do everything from this terminal, and if I take a look at my list of files in desktop, we can see that we have Chromedriver is here. And I said this many times, but I want to remark it very, very well. I want to stress this a lot. And when you are running Python and when you're running many applications on your computer, one of the things or one of the paths that your applications will look into will be path. So you can take a look at path by saying that echo path. And in this case, Python will look into different applications or will look for different applications or libraries inside one of these paths. Each path is separated by this column here. So we have this path here, we have this path here, we have this path here, and so on and so forth. So and it will look in this order. So if you put something here with the same name, the same thing that you put here, it will just use the first one that it finds. So I'm going to move Chromedriver inside this path. Okay, so far so good. Any question? Okay. Sorry, is there any question? I thought I heard something. Okay, so if you have gone through the first lesson actually of the content, you know that to move a file to a different directory, you can just use the mv as in move to change Chromedriver into home. Well, I'm not going to write everything. I'm just going to copy paste that. And now Chromedriver will be moved into this directory. Cool. So if we take a look again at the content of desktop, we can see that Chromedriver is not there any longer. I'm going to close this terminal and I'm going to try and rerun this, and magic. Now it's working fine. Cool. And that's something, that's something that that we can do in order not to be constantly moving Chromedriver or installing it anywhere we go, or we have to, or just to forget about the path or the directory that we are running our application in. So that's something very helpful. That something even more helpful will be installing what's called Webdriver Manager. In this case, let me show you how that works. So we will be basically installing a package called Webdriver_manager, and this will install Chromedriver for us. We don't need to worry about anything. We don't need to worry about downloading Chromedriver. We don't need to know the version of Chrome. This will check the version that we have in our local Chrome, and it will just download the corresponding version of Chromedriver. So I'm going to import Webdriver Manager. Oh, sorry, from Webdriver Manager, import, and I can remember what was the name. I think it was Webdriver Manager, I think. Nope. What was the name? I always forget about it, but good thing is that we always have the documentation. Webdriver Manager, and okay. Okay, this is not the one that I was looking for. PyPy, yep. I was looking for this one. So if we take a look at the documentation, we can see that, where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. From Webdriver Manager. Okay, sorry. From Webdriver Manager dot Chrome import Chromedriver Manager. And now instead of giving it the executable path for Chromedriver, we can say driver is equal to Chrome. That's the same here, but inside what we are going to say is that we are going to install Chromedriver Manager install. And that will also work. You can see that, yeah, it checks our version of Chrome, of Google Chrome, and it will download the corresponding Chromedriver version. Good thing about it is that if you have already installed it, it will just look into the cache memory, so you don't have to reinstall it every time you run it. So yeah, that's actually that's a pretty nifty trick. And yeah, let's go to driver.get, and I'm going to go to Python just to check that everything's working fine. Nice. Okay, any questions so far? As I said, this demo shouldn't take a lot of time. So basically now we can just go around for a Q&A session, or if you want to ask anything.
Just a minor thing. Why is it got a problem with you writing WebDriver Manager.chrome?
Oh yeah, because I just installed it after selecting Selenium
Right.
demo. So let's say that the Python interpreter that was loaded needs to be reloaded.
Got it. Okay.
But you can see that, yeah, it says that it cannot be resolved, but still you could find it. So the problem was that the Python interpreter that had all the information about the available packages hasn't been updated with the new packages.
Cool. Cheers.
Cool. Okay, any other question?
So I have one question. So initially when it gave you the list of parts when you did the number sign path, if you were to use one of the other I guess parts that was listed, like the second one or the third one, would it
you can actually use any of them.
Okay.
But one thing that you might notice is that this one, the first one, is the corresponding path. Is the path corresponding to this virtual environment, Selenium demo. So this Chromedriver will be specific for this virtual environment. If I move out, if I choose a different, let's say, for example, I don't know, media pipe. I'm not sure if I have it installed here. Okay, no problem. I'm going to install it in pip install Selenium. If I run that, everything will work fine. And for importing Selenium, yeah, everything's working fine. But it would probably complain that Chromedriver is not in path. Yeah, you can see that file not found error, and Chromedriver executable needs to be in path. But yeah, that's weird. I mean, didn't we move that into path? Well, let's check the path of our new environment. So let's go with conda deactivate media pipe and echo path. And now you can see that the first path has changed, but the second pathway, for example, is still the same. So you can use both. You can use any of these two paths, but this is one characteristic of our virtual environment, of the environment that we are currently using. If you wanted to make it available to any virtual environment, then you probably need to move it to this conda bin or maybe user local sbin. So that depends on where you want to run it from.
Okay, thank you.
Sure thing, no worries. Let me just open the other one, Selenium demo. Okay, any other question?
Yeah, Ivan, how much do the version numbers matter? I understand the need to install the correct version number, but if your Chrome auto updates, have you suddenly broken your entire system?
Yeah, it doesn't work. If you try to run, for example, Chromedriver version 98 with Google Chrome in version 97, it will just break. Actually, that happens a lot, and let me show you how that what that looks like. I'm going to download 98 Linux and open, and now I'm going to move that into desktop. Cool. Show the files. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is basically activate media pipe, which is the one that we know that Chromedriver wasn't in path. Oh, sorry. Boop, 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 boop. Yep. So it doesn't find it, basically meaning that our Chromedriver is not in path. Basically, we need to move the new Chromedriver to path. But remember that the one that we have just downloaded is version 98 and not 97, which is the one corresponding to the current Google Chrome that I have now. So I'm going to move that. We are in desktop. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Yeah, we have Chromedriver, and I'm just going to move that. I'm quite lazy, so I'm going to go up, move Chromedriver into, in this case, instead of Selenium demo, it will go to media pipe. Does everything make sense? Is everything making sense so far? Maybe I'm going too fast or something.
No, it's good so far. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then you need to reference it in the script, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't actually need to. You will find a Chromedriver.
Yeah,
exactly. You will find a Chromedriver, but they are in different versions. So let's see what happens. Cool. It was about to open Chrome, but it will say something like current browser version is 97, and this version of Chromedriver only supports version 98. So yep, you will always need to check that version. Luckily, we don't need to, if we use Chromedriver Manager, we don't need to take care of that. We don't need to take care of the version because it will automatically detect the version of our Google Chrome and it will download the corresponding Chromedriver. Oh, sorry. Oh,
I needed to pip install the Chromedriver Manager. There wasn't a conda install for it.
Yeah, you have to install it. Just like that. And just like that. Cool. And now it's working fine.
Nice.
Okay, so any other question? We still have 5 minutes.
Is there a way to automate that a bit?
What do you mean by automate?
So like let's say Chrome has like an automated update for your driver. Is there a way to like automate the updates for the driver in, I guess, Python?
Yep. That's basically what Chromedriver Manager is doing. It will automatically download the current version of Google Chrome. You don't need to worry about the version because this will take care of everything. This line here, it will just check your Google Chrome. It will see that it's 97, version 97, and it will just download version 97 on Chromedriver. You don't have to manually set up anything.
Okay, thanks.
Cool, no worries. And yeah, one more thing that I want to say is that you won't find this Chromedriver Manager on the notes, mainly because, well, it's we basically wanted you to see all the steps to set up Selenium and all of that. But once you know the drill and you know how it works, feel free, or actually I encourage you to use Chromedriver Manager because it's much easier to use and you will save a lot of, you will avoid a lot of headaches. But yeah, once again, sorry, my point was that you won't find this on the notes, but you can always refer to this recording if in case you forget how to use this WebDriver manager. That's
Oh, sorry, I
actually
stuck it in chat.
so yep. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can also send that to the Slack channel, something like that. I will send these two commands very quickly later. Okay, any other question?
That's really good. Thanks, Ivan.
Cool, thanks. No worries. Just before we finish, because we have 3 minutes and tomorrow I will run the second part of the demo. Tomorrow I will show you how to take a look at the HTML code of a website so you can extract specific information about it. So for example, let's say, I don't know, let's say that I want to click here. You can always go first you can always go and right click anywhere on the website, click inspect, and then once again, either you can use this this button here just to find the corresponding tag in the HTML code of that piece of piece in the website or item in the website. And let's say, for example, that, yeah, I want to click here and introduce something and insert some words. So yeah, once again, click here, and it will highlight the corresponding tag. I will show you tomorrow how to detect or how to write edge paths. But for now, what you can do if you want to start playing around will be right click here, copy full edge path. Please don't do this because copying the full edge path is prone to give you a lot of troubles eventually. If they change something in the website, your edge path will just break, it will not work. But for now, I guess that would be enough. So in order to make click on there, we can say driver dot. First, we need to find that element. I'm going to call it search bar is equal to driver dot find element by its path, and I'm going to paste that that edge path that I just copied. You can see it here. Tomorrow we'll show you a different way to read edge paths, but for now, since we are running out of time, I will just do this. So okay, so search bar has been already found, and now we can say search bar, and we are going to use the click method. So I'm going to run this, and let's take a look at this search bar. Let's see if it changes somehow. Yep, nice. And we can send some keys. So I'm going to send some keys to there. Send keys, for example, yeah, Selenium. And magic. It's basically writing Selenium for us. And we can keep a little bit further and take a look at this go, inspect, copy full edge path, and go button is going to be equal to driver dot find element by edge path. But in this case, I'm going to add the one that I just copied. Now go button has been detected, and we can just click by using the same method, dot click, and there we go. Now it clicked on go, and it will just show us the entries corresponding to Selenium. Pretty easy, right? Well, so this will basically consist, your project will consist basically on how to use Selenium and make it scalable. So you can just use the Selenium with classes, with Python classes, and apply many different methods. You can find different methods for your scraper. But that's something that we will leave for other day. For now, yeah, any other question before we call it a night?
No, all good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you,
Oh.
guys. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Thanks, Ivan.
Cheers. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you. Thank you, Ian.